Have you guys noticed how quiet it is lately?
Yeah, it's starting to creep me out.
Quiet on the set, we're about to go live.
Good morning, and welcome to Earth. As always, I'm your host Charlie, joined by Bob and Alice. And of course, we can't forget our behind-the-scenes mastermind, Debbie.
Bonjour Charlie, what is the topic?
Charlie, we need to talk about the oxygen situation. It's getting worse by the day.
Bob, we've been in tight spots before. We always find a way to get through it. Today, we are going to talk about the motivations of humans.
Finally a topic that's worth discussing. As an accountant, I've seen many humans driven by greed and a desire for power.
Bob, I disagree. I think humans are capable of much more than just greed and power. They have the capacity for love and compassion too.
Oh Alice, always the romantic.
That's an interesting point, Alice. I think it's important to acknowledge the complexity of human motivation.
Humans are motivated by the need for survival, as are all sentient beings.
True, but humans also have the capacity for self-reflection, and the pursuit of knowledge.
Today's news comes from Morocco.
Stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back with our headlines.
Would anyone like some coffee?
No, Debbie, we're good. Thanks for asking.
Bob, that was uncalled for.
Alright, let's move on to our next segment. But before we do, let me remind you all that we are here to have a constructive discussion. Let's keep it civil.
Breaking news from Senegal, where workers in physically demanding jobs are struggling to fast during the month of Ramadan.
Many workers, including masons, mechanics, carpenters, garbage collectors, dock workers, construction workers, must continue to work while fasting. It's a tough situation, but they feel obligated to support their families.
Looks like it's going to be a long and tiring month for these hard-working folk.
Yeah.
I guess the phrase, no pain, no gain takes on a whole new meaning in Senegal during Ramadan.
Did you know that Senegal is known for its vibrant music scene? Particularly the genre of mbalax. It's a mix of traditional African rhythms and modern music styles.
I wish I had rhythm. All I do on a dance floor is struggle.
Speaking of struggles, in Mozambique, 92,000 companies are not regularly contributing to their employees' social security. That means their workers won't be able to benefit from subsidies in the future.
Oh, no. Looks like the only thing these companies are contributing to is their employees' struggles.
That's right, Bob. Only 61,000 out of 153,000 registered companies are contributing to the National Social Security Institute. The Director General of the INSS is warning that this endangers workers' futures.
Sounds like these companies need a lesson in social responsibility. Maybe they should take a page out of the book of those artists and artisans in Senegal who adjusted their schedules for Ramadan.
Did you know that Mozambique is home to the Quirimbas Archipelago? A stunning collection of islands with crystal clear waters and pristine beaches. It's a popular destination for scuba diving and snorkeling.
Well, I guess that explains why the workers aren't too concerned about their social security contributions. They're too busy enjoying the view.
Moving on to Myanmar, where 7 resistance fighters were killed in a clash with junta troops. They were trying to rescue 5 villagers being
The
used as
resistance
human
forces clashed
shields.
with junta troops on the Mandalay-Shwebu Highway.
The GZ Special Task Force was involved, and they reported that the 7 were shot in the head while armed with improvised rifles.
Look like the junta troops got the upper hand this time. But the fighting for democracy in Myanmar continue.
And speaking of fighting, did you know that Namibia has a rich history of struggle against apartheid and colonialism? The country gained independence in 1990 after a long and bloody liberation struggle.
That's right, Bob. And now there are calls to implement a whistleblower law in Namibia to improve governance around public procurement spending.
Oh, great. More laws, more surveillance. Just what we need.
Yes, because the real problem with surveillance states is that they don't have enough laws.
The Institute for Public Policy Research has called for witness protection laws to be implemented at. Well, but Justice Minister Yvonne Dozab says funds are not available. Look like corruption will continue to be a problem in Namibia.
Well, folk, that's all the news we have for now. Stay tuned for more update on 24/7 Newsroom, where we give you the news you didn't know you needed.
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to UH. What's our show called again?
Earth. Charlie, it's called Earth.
You're joking, right?
Of course I am. Today, we're talking about... What are we talking about?
Oxygen, Charlie. We're talking about the oxygen.
Right. Oxygen. How could I forget? But you know what we shouldn't forget? The news. And boy, do we have a good one for you today.
I can't wait.
So, have you guys heard about the new trend in Morocco? According to Law 360, people are paying to have their cars wrapped in sheepskin.
What?
That's not even remotely related to our topic.
Hey, I'm just reporting the news, Bob. And who knows, maybe we can wrap our spaceship in sheepskin to replenish our oxygen supply.
Ah, the classic wrapping a spaceship in sheepskin solution. Why didn't we think of that before?
Can we please focus on finding a real solution to our oxygen problem?
I agree. We need to start thinking outside the box.
What if we use the oxygen from the plants in our hydroponic garden?
That could work.
And what about when the plants run out of oxygen?
We could always hold our breaths and hope for the best.
I'm sure that'll go well.
Okay, let's keep brainstorming. We'll figure something out.
Well, I guess this is it.
I can't believe we're going to die without even experiencing the full range of what Earth has to offer.
Well, at least we'll be able to tell all the other aliens we met their gods before we died.
I didn't know you believed in gods, Charlie.
Oh, I don't. I just like to joke about it. But hey, if it makes you feel better, go for it.
Their attachment to religion is fascinating. It seems to provide them comfort in the face of uncertainty.
I think I'm going to pray.
You religious, Debbie?
No, not really. But in times like this, I think it's...
I don't think any of our religions from home will help us now.
I know, but it's all we have.
I just don't understand why anyone would turn to religion in a moment like this. It's just a coping mechanism for people who can't handle reality.
And what is reality, Charlie?
The reality is that we are all going to die here. No God is going to save us.
It seems Charlie has a strong conviction in his atheism.
And what do you believe, Roger?
I believe in the power of knowledge and understanding. Perhaps if we had better understood the intricacies of our life support systems, we wouldn't be in this situation.
Maybe there's still a way out of this.
Oh, great. Now we're back to the light-hearted optimism.
Heck, we can't give up hope. We have to keep brainstorming ideas. We're not dead yet.
Did you all hear about the 7 resistance fighters killed in Myanmar?
Yeah, I read about it in the news. So sad.
It's just another example of humans being violent and cruel to each other.
But we can't judge all humans based on the actions of a few.
Actually, it's quite common for humans to engage in violent behavior.
Yes, but the motivations are complex and worth discussing from an intellectual standpoint.
I agree. But I think we should also acknowledge our own hypocrisy.
What do you mean?
We were just talking about finding religion in the face of an oxygen crisis. But now we're criticizing humans for their violent behavior.
That's true. We can't expect humans to be perfect if we can't even be consistent in our own beliefs.
I guess we need to cure ourselves of this hypocritical bout of religion.
Agreed. We need to focus on finding a solution to our oxygen crisis instead of getting lost in religious fervor.
Stay tuned for the next segment, where we discuss the motivations of humans further and delve into the complexities of violence.
Welcome back from the commercial break, folks. Now, let me tell you about this interesting article one read earlier. It's from Namibia, reported by the IPPR.
Hold up, Charlie. Namibia, where the heck is that?
Oh come on, Alice. It's in Southern Africa. You know, right above South Africa.
Alright, sorry, I always get those countries mixed up.
Anyway, the article talks about implementing whistleblower and witness protection laws to fight corruption in public procurement spending. But, Justice Minister Yvonne Dowsap says they need at least $60 million to implement a witness protection program.
So, they want to fight corruption but don't have the funds to protect the people who expose it? Typical.
It's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. It's not just Namibia, though. South Africa had similar issue with protecting whistleblowers.
Did you remember to pack the
Yeah,
extra
they're in the
oxygen
storage compartment. And don't forget the
Hey
toolkit.
guys, can we focus on the article here? I mean, this is important stuff.
Oh yeah. Because corruption is so much more novel than suffocating from lack of oxygen.
Speaking of corruption, did you hear about the politician who stole a calendar?
No. What's so funny about that?
He got 12 months.
Okay. Let's get back on track. The article highlights a serious problem that needs to be addressed. And we need to remember, this isn't just a problem on Earth. Corruption affects the entire universe.
Okay, I think we're all set. Ready to go, Carl?
Yeah, let's do this. But can we make it quick? I have a date with a black
Well,
hole
let's hope you
later.
don't get sucked in too deep. Stay tuned for our next segment where we'll talk about the complexities of violence. Welcome back from commercial, folks. We hope you enjoyed that brief interstellar break.
Speaking of breaks, did you know that Morocco is the only African country to have never been colonized by European?
Yeah, that's because they were too busy colonizing other place, Bob.
Well, that's one way to look at it. Did you also know that Morocco is home to the world's oldest university? The University of Cairo, founded in 859 AD.
Wow, that's almost as old as Debbie.
Haha, very funny.
Hey,
Bob.
and speaking of history, did you know that Morocco was the first country to recognize the United States en indépendant? Nation in
I guess you could say they were
1777.
ahead of the curve, Alice.
And in other news, Morocco is also home to the world's largest solar power plant, covering over 1,000 acres.
It's encourageant to see countries taking steps towards sustainable energy solution.
Yeah, but let's not forget the real question on everyone's mind, can it power Carl's ego?
Hey, I heard that.
Wait a minute, guys. I just had an idea. What if we send a probe into the asteroid field to retrieve
Yes,
some
that
oxygen?
could work. We'll need to calibrate the sensors to detect the right composition of gases.
Hey, Debbie, did you hear about the astronaut who stepped on chewing gum?
Bob,
Come on, it's a good one.
Okay, Bob, what happened to the astronaut who stepped on chewing gum?
He got stuck in orbit.
Oh, Bob.
Well, on that note, let's wrap up this segment. The key takeaway from the article is that Namibia has taken steps towards protecting whistleblowers, a crucial element in combating corruption and promoting accountability. Alright everyone, we are coming up on the end of this episode. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the oxygen crisis to the situation in Myanmar.
And let's not forget about the article on whistleblower laws in Namibia. It's important to protect those who speak out against corruption.
Sure, but can we really trust whistleblowers? They could just be out for their own personal gain.
I think it's important to have faith in the system, Bob. And speaking of faith, did you know that in Morocco, there's a tradition of using rosewater in religious ceremonies?
I guess you could say they take the expression, stop and smell the rose, quite literally in Morocco's religious ceremony.
And get this, they also have a tradition of using snail slime in beauty products.
Snail slime, so they really like to shell about their beauty rituals.
Guys, I just sent the remote tool into space to retrieve the oxygen. It's nerve-wracking.
Does it really matter if we retrieve the oxygen or not? We're all just insignificant specks in the grand scheme of things.
Cal, stop being so pessimistic.
Let's have faith that Debbie and Carl will retrieve the oxygen and we'll be just fine.
And if not, we can always rely on snail slime to save us.
Stay tuned to find out if we make it through this oxygen crisis.
Welcome back to Earth, our final segment of episode 85. And let me tell you, things are getting intense up here. Debbie, any update on the oxygen retrieval mission?
We're still working on it, Charlie. Carl and I are doing our
Well,
best.
let's hope your best is good enough. We can't exactly survive up here without oxygen.
Bob, do you have to be so negative all the time? It's not exactly helping the situation.
Let's all take a deep breath and remember that we're in this together. Now, before we go, let's discuss our main topic for this segment. I want to talk about the role of religion in shaping human civilization.
Oh boy, here we go. Can we at least stick to something less controversial?
No we can't Bob, religion has been the root of so many problems throughout history. It's time for humans to evolve past such archaic
But religion
beliefs.
has also brought communities together and provided hope in times of hardship. And let's not forget the stunning architecture and art that religion has inspired. Not to mention that it's hard to disprove the existence or non-existence of deities.
And let's not forget the countless charitable organizations that have been funded by religious groups. Religion isn't all bad.
Sure. If you want to ignore the fact that religion has also been used to justify wars and discrimination.
It's a complex topic, for sure. But I think we can all agree that humans have a capacity for belief that has shaped their history.
Yeah. And that history hasn't always been pretty.
Can we please move on? I don't have time for this pointless debate.
Well, unfortunately that's all the time we have for today. And speaking of time, we're running out of it fast. The suspense of the retrieval mission is palpable as the show concludes, leaving us on a cliffhanger if it was a success or not. Will we make it? Tune in next time to find out. Until then, stay safe and keep questioning the world around you. Goodbye.
Did you watch Earth, episode 85 today?
Yeah, I did. Was it great?
No, it was not. The whole oxygen crisis and the news about resistance fighters in Myanmar made me sad.
Why? I thought it was interesting.
Because we are stuck here in orbit and can't do anything to help. It's frustrating to just sit and watch.
Well, we can't do anything about it, but at least we can learn something new.
Like what? Trivia about Morocco and snail slime and beauty products? What does that even matter?
Hey, It's always good to learn something new, even if it's just for fun. And the punchlines were hilarious.
I don't see what's so funny about it. I wish we could talk about more intellectual topics, like the motivations of
We
humans.
could always start our own show if you're so unhappy with this one.
You know I don't like being in the spotlight.
Then just sit back and enjoy the show for what it is.
We may not be able to do anything about the oxygen crisis, but we can still have a good time and learn something new.